Good morning, kids. I got a couple of emails last night that said you guys were struggling with the homework from 3.4. And this was the Ready, Set, Go that was modified. And so I thought I would walk you through number 2. One, so you know what I expect. The substitute teacher will have extra copies of this assignment today if you want to redo it. And I'll also post it on Schoology so that you can print it from home if you need to. So the first part of the instructions said for each function, find the domain, the range, and intervals where it's increasing. So let's talk about f of x first. That's the function on the left, and then we'll talk about g of x, the function on the right. Then we'll do the third part of the instructions, which was to compare them. So one thing that I think is super helpful is to color code them. When you're dealing with two different functions, if they're both just in black ink, it gets a little confusing. So I've colored f of x to be blue and g of x to be orange. So let's look at f of x first, and we need to find the domain, the range, and then areas where it's increasing or decreasing. So let's tackle domain first. So remember domain, we think about what x values are used. And so our strategy was to make the pancake, yes, and smash it up against the x-axis. And if you do that, it's going to cover all of these x values. So we always write domain from lowest number, which is -5, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, to the biggest number, which is 1, 2. And then think about your brackets. Closed bracket on -5, because it's a closed dot. Open bracket on +2, because it's an open dot. And through the magic of video editing, I have erased those marks so I can think about what's going on. Okay, so through the magic of video, sorry, I had to pause because I thought it wasn't actually recording. I have erased those marks that I used to find the domain. Now I'm going to look at the range. So remember, the range is the set of all y values that work for the function. And so I'm going to smash this thing up against the y-axis. This point comes over here. This point comes over here, and it's all these y values in between those two. So the smallest y value is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. And the biggest y value is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I just have to think about my brackets. On -6, I want an open bracket because it's an open dot. And on +5, I want a closed bracket because it's a closed dot. So that's how we deal with the range. Please note the range is the only time that you're going to give me y values. All other questions in this chapter, you're talking about intervals of x values. So the next question is this function increasing or decreasing? And when I look at the blue line and I move from left to right, I can see that I'm going down, 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 down. So this function is decreasing on its entire interval. And that interval is going to be from when x is -5 to when x is +2, meaning this thing actually decreases on its entire domain. So notice this is an interval of x values, not an interval of y values. So there's f of x. We've got that one handled. Now let's tackle g of x, the orange function. G of x, oh, I should probably do colons. G of x has a closed dot right here, and it has an arrow on this end, so it continues forever in that direction. So the smallest x value is going to be -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. And the biggest x value that's ever used, if I make my pancake, is going to be positive infinity. Because this has an arrow on it, it keeps going forever in this direction. So eventually all x values will be used. -5, I'm going to use a closed bracket because it's a closed dot. And on infinity, I'm going to use an open bracket because we always use an open bracket on infinity. You never actually reach there, so it can't ever actually hit that point. It just gets close. Infinity's kind of weird to think about. Range. That's going to be the set of all y values that are used. So we made the joke that we were going to pray to the pancake gods. So we're going to smash this orange thing up against the y-axis. This point comes over here. 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 All these points would come back over here. So it's all of these y values from 0 to positive infinity. And I'm going to use a closed bracket on 0 because this was a closed dot. And I'm going to use an open bracket on infinity because infinity always gets an open bracket. You never actually get there. So then I'm going to erase all of my extra work so that I can see what's going on for the last part of the question, which is, oh, I got to talk about increasing or decreasing. This line, the orange line, is increasing over its entire domain because as I move from left to right, I'm going up, 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 up. So it is increasing on the interval from -5 to infinity. And again, notice when I talk about increasing, I talk about an interval of x values. So that's the first part of the question. That is not the last part of the question. We're only like 2/3 done. The last part of the instructions say, can you compare these two functions to figure out which one is bigger? And the reason I modified the instructions and had you do all of them is because I saw that you guys needed some extra practice. So the last part of the instructions are compare and tell me who's bigger. So there can be 3 situations that happen. F of x can equal g of x. F of x could be bigger than g of x, or f of x could be smaller than g of x. And these 3 things will happen sometimes in different orders. And sometimes they might phrase this one as, when is g of x bigger than f of x? That means the same thing. So you'll see different phrasings for that. So f of x equals g of x. You guys had done a stellar job in class of figuring out with Allie and Dane's pools that what it meant to be equal was this point of intersection. So f of x equals g of x means the y value of the f function is the same as the y value of the g function, and we talk about that at what x value that happens. So we would say when x equals -3. So again, talking about x values. the only time you're going to talk about y values through this whole thing is when the question's what's the range? At least in your answer. You think about y values a lot more often. Okay, so, oh, pen. Next question, when is f of x bigger than g of x? So f of x is bigger than g of x every time f of x achieves a higher point on the graph. And that happens to be right here. And what we had sort of loosely talked about was when f of x is on top. That was what you guys discovered with Allie and Dane's pools. So that's this little area that I've colored in black. But we don't want to talk about y values here. What we really want to talk about is this interval that creates that situation. So that would be the interval from -5 to -3. And I just have to think about my brackets. I'm going to want a closed bracket on -5 because both of these functions are defined at -5 and because f of x actually is bigger than g of x when x is -5. But on this end at -3, that's this point right here. I'm going to make him a little bit bigger. That's that point of intersection. And at that point, they're actually equal. So I'm going to use an open bracket, meaning up to -3, but not including -3, f of x is bigger than g of x. Now I'm going to do the other question, the last question. Maybe I'll just do him in a different color. I could leave my black there. Maybe I'll do him in green. The last question is, when is f of x smaller than g of x? And that might be phrased, when is g of x bigger than f of x? That happens right here, when f of x is lower than g of x. So it's pretty easy to see that's this interval. What we really have to think about is, what are we going to do, because this function goes on forever and this function stops. So is it fair for me to talk about out here at an x value of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at an x value of 5, can I say that g of x is really bigger than f of x when x is 5? And I don't think I can, because this function f of x doesn't even exist at x equals 5. So what we usually do is we cut it off and we only talk about, oops, that's 2. We only talk about who's bigger on domains where they're both defined. So I don't want to go out here because then only g of x is defined. So I'm going to talk about this green interval from -3 up to 2. And I'm going to use an open bracket on -3 because f of x isn't actually smaller than g of x at -3. F of x is smaller than g of x just past -3 on the way to 2. And then at -2, I'm going to use an open bracket because f of x had an open dot at -2. So that's the only place where both functions are defined and f of x is smaller than g of x.